everyone! Hi! How are you? Happy Friday! Friday's here. Not just any Friday, but the Friday before Christmas. Woohoo! Let me just take a step to the left here. I think that's going to centralize me a little bit better on the old camera. Yay! Happy Christmas. I am wondering if you guys have all broken up for Christmas now. Was today your last day of work before Christmas holiday? I know that some people may still be working on Christmas Eve on Monday. Boo. But hopefully maybe your Christmas holidays have begun. Hi, we've got Gray here. Hey Gray, how are you? And we've got Erica. Hello and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. This is the last Come Craft with me before the Christmas holidays. And I've got a special guest with us here tonight. Jasper. Jasper. I don't think he's going to come and play. We are dog sitting tonight. And we have Jasper, the cockapoo, which is a mixture between a cocker spaniel and a poodle. And he is here and he's in the craft room. Well, he's been kind of flitting around, haven't you? Hey, buddy. I don't know if Craig can grab the camera. To say hello, we'll give it a go. Hold on tight, everybody. Hey, Jasper. Jasper, come and say hello. Hi, everybody. Say hello. Oh, good boy. Oh, look over here. Don't be licking the microphone. Hey. Hey, crafty dog. Are you a crafty pooch today? You are. Oh, thank you for my Christmas kisses. No jumpy. Oh, I think he's going to go in and play some computer. No biting the microphone either. Oh, he's all excited because he's in a new place. Everybody says hello. You guys go and have fun. See you later, alligator. Let me fix this microphone that's fallen down. All right. Okay, I'm just going to go and drop down the blinds a little bit. So I hope you guys have had an awesome week. And if it's anything like mine, you've probably been super busy trying to get everything done before Christmas holidays. I've also been doing some preparations for Creativation, which is a big conference that's happening in Arizona in the new year in January, and we're going to be having a booth there. And one of the things that we had last year that was really successful and really popular was these, they're like printed on foam, so it's hard. And we had props like this that you could take photos with them. And you may have seen, I think I have like the bear up here and things like that. So we got some more done with the newest release, which will be revealed at Creativation. But I also had to get some of my favorites from the last release because yeah, I needed to get these guys done. Mr. Dino. And we've got another guy here. But most of the ones that we did were from the newest release. I can't show you that yet. All right, let's put that over here. Sarah Louise Baker is here. Hey, y'all. And we've got Carol from California. Hello, hello, hello. And Erica says, Jasper looks like a fun boy. He is a fun boy, but he's still quite young. He's just over a year. So he's quite jumpy at the moment. We're trying to help his owners continue teaching him not to jump up because he just gets so excited. But he's lovely. Right, we're going to get crafty today, and there's a few things I wanted to show you guys before we get started because I got some happy mail this week. Let me show you. I got a card in the post. Sorry, a package in the post, should I say, from one of you lovely viewers. And it is from, it's a little note here from Aunt Max. And when I opened it up, I was absolutely blown away because not only did he send me a lovely handwritten note, he also sent, this is adorable, he sent a little package that says to Lesley and Piper, and we have got something to colour together, and he has stamped some images, which is from the Wit and Sass stamp set. And I'm not sure what it's called. He might tell us here. Hold on. I don't think it says it there. But I saw them and thought, oh, they're like magical, because of Harry Potter. And then Piper saw them, and she immediately was saying, oh, look, there's the snake for Slytherin, and then this is for Gryffindor, but it's a lion, but really it's like a griffin, but a lion's the closest like real animal. And she absolutely figured it out immediately. And so I'm not going to colour these tonight. I was tempted to do that, but I am going to save them, and then Piper and I will take them to a coffee shop and colour them in. The other thing that Aunt Max gave me, which I was so blown away, and thank you so much, Aunt Max, was a scarf. And I really, really wanted to show you guys, but the day that it came in the mail, Piper put it on, she took it out, it was all beautiful colours, it had elephants on them, gorgeous. She ran off because it was so soft, and I just went to look for it, and I think it's in her room, and she's off to sleep, so I shall have to save that for another night. Another thing that I got this week, which is like Happy Mail Central, is a beautiful card from Corin, and I laughed so hard. Can you see what it says? Deck the halls and not your family. Fa la 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 la. I had to explain to Piper what it meant to deck someone. But yeah, she got it. She got it in the end. It was all fun. And she also sent this gorgeous, this is for Piper, but look at that. This is chocolate. Doesn't it look so realistic? It's a paintbrush, but it's chocolate. So that's, I think it's just amazing. You would never think that it was that it was chocolate. Isn't it so cool? Yay! Emer's here as well. Hi there, everybody. I'm never this early. I will be crafting along for part of it anyway. Woohoo! And Erica said, good week. I enjoy baking more than shopping, though. I've baked tons of cookies. So I baked some cookies no, this is a lie. Let me rewind. Last Saturday, we had our friends come over, and I decided I was going to make cookie dough. So I made cookie dough, and I made one batch of cookies, which was only about 6 or 7 cookies. Oh, excuse me. And then the cookie dough went in the fridge, and I had other things to make. And then the cookie dough sat in the fridge for about 4 days. And eventually I made the cookies in the middle of the week. And yes, I love making my Christmas cookies. And my friend Alexia came over today and was like, yay, your Christmas cookies. Like grabbing them. Oh, just take us some of these for the road. Fun. I do like traditions like that. Okay, so another exciting thing is that I have a new stamp set to play with. This is a stamp set from Your Next Stamp. Have you guys heard of these guys? So I have never played with these stamp sets before. Oh, it's stuck on here. Interesting. Yeah, I've never played with this brand before. So I think we're going to be playing with this tonight. Please share your ideas or even requests. If you have any requests, then we can definitely do that. So this is called Meowie Christmas. It has these cute little kitties on them. We've got this guy who looks like he's got his hand in his fur pocket, and then he's got a Santa hat, but instead of a bell on the end, it's got a little fish, which is adorable. This guy has got a letter to Santa, and he's being an angel. And this guy's got a big gift. We've got like snowboarder dude. And then this guy is sitting in a sack. So I think this is really cute. I might actually, I realized today that our next door neighbor has got a cat, has got a kitten. So maybe I'll make a card and color it in like their new kitten and then give it to them. Wouldn't that be fun? So I've also got the dies for these guys, and I really like these guys because you can create like silhouettes or holes, as it were, in the background. So I'm going to go grab my snippety snip snips. No, I'm not. Where on earth are my snippety snip snip snip? Oh, there you are. Let's get my snippety snips and snip these apart. Snow border with I've been possum. Oh, if we do a snow border, I might have to do it for my friend Ruth, who I did a Come Craft With Me live with. She goes snowboarding. That would be fun. Ooh, what is going on? Oh, my things are wet. Why are my scissors snips wet? Peculiar. I hope my glue pen hasn't burst in here or something. Oh my good golly gosh. I have a puddle of water in here. That's no good. Let me just deal with this for a second. Let's see what we can do. I wonder if my water pen or something has burst. Weird. Okay, we'll put that to the side for now and get crafty with these ones. All right, so I'm gonna just grab a piece. Happy days. So we've got snow border with I've been possum. Let's do that. So we're going to do snow border that says yo. Where's I've been possum? Oh, I've been possum. This is all together, so we'll have to either mask it off or snip it apart, or I've been positively good as you, which I quite like as well. We could put little paw prints on our background. How does that sound? Should we do that? Let's ink up the background. Now, last week, or maybe it was the week before, I forget, I told you guys about this pad of watercolor paper, and it's called Paint On by Claire Fontaine, and I really recommend it. And the last pad that I had, it lasted me for years, and I finally bought another one because it ran out. So you can see how thick it is. It's really good. And I love the way that Distress inks blend on it, both Distress inks and Distress oxides, in fact. So I am going to pull that out to see if we can play a little of that. Maria's here. Hey, hello there. I'm here for a few minutes before I fall asleep. What did I miss? You missed me finding that I have a massive puddle of water in the bottom of my tub. So I'm not really sure what's going on, but we'll figure that out later. Okay guys, what color shall we go for our background? Should we go for red, maybe green? Where did you get the paper, Lesley? So I bought this one on Amazon. Now, I know that there is a craft shop that, there was a craft shop that sells it near me, and I've been meaning to go there And in fact, I've tried to go there, but every time I remember, let's make a round card, that'd be fun. Every time I remember to go there, it's closed because it doesn't open on a Sunday. Should we make a round card, or maybe like do this card but fold it in half so it's like half one? That'd be fun. Let's try that. Yes, so I think the last one I got was from that art store, and it was about $3.79, I think. And then this on Amazon was about $4.45 maybe. So I was like, I'll just buy it in the art store. But then every time I went to the art store, it was never open. So it's like, I think I'll just pay the extra, whatever it is, 60, 70p, and then get it. Okay, so I'm going to use this excess piece here to cut another strip. I don't really know what's happening, but I'll make it up as I go along, which is kind of how I roll. Emer spelt a pint of cordial across my son. Oh no! And his charger leads earlier. We were sweating for a while. I broke his computer 2 months ago with a huge mug of tea. You silly sausage. Dear me. Poor kid. Would that shop be in Northern Ireland? No, the art shop that I went to was here in England. But this one I got on Amazon. Paint on Techniques. Okay, so we're going to go for, I want to have some background here. Oh, turn this around the other way. So we either have a full circle, or we go for half a circle on the front. And I'm going to pull out some mountains, I think would be fun. So I've got some lawn fawn mountains somewhere. Let's see if we can find them. They are in here somewhere. Maybe they're MFT mountains, I'm not sure. There. No, lawn fawn. Stitched mountain borders. So I think it'd be fun to have some mountains here with some snowy, with some snow caps. Maybe just one mountain border with our snow caps on it. There we go. And some slopey joes. I think I'll go for this one. I'll cut this out of this top layer here. Awesome. And let me see. I'll just grab the same cardstock. Oh, I need another sort of kind of mountain in the background, I think. Let's try one of these two bloopy bloops. Maria says, are you feeling more Christmassy yet? Yes, thank you. I am starting to feel more Christmassy. I was mentioning to Maria that I was finding it really hard to get into the Christmassy mood. I think it's because I had a lot of deadlines coming up and a lot of prep work to do for the exhibit that I was telling you guys about. And it's one of those silly things where like I worry about it and I change it, and the deadline was yesterday, so it was like I worry about it and I worry about it, and then I'm like, I'll just change it and then change it and change it, and then once the deadline comes, I'm like, I have to submit it, so I can't change it anymore. So I have to stop changing it and just submit it. And then once it's submitted, I'm like, phew. But I think that's just probably, you know, the life of a designer, that you could just change something non-stop forever and ever and ever and ever, and that's just the way it is. All right. So we're going to have some mountains on here. Can you guys see this? Hopefully you can see. It's not too blown out or anything. All right. And then we're going to have some mountains on the background. I'm just trying to figure out whether we want ickle mountains or big mountains. Gonna try and keep on top of this. Try anyway. I'm thinking the ickle ones might look better, perspective-wise. And then these guys, I don't know if they're going to fit into my new design that I have been brainstorming here, but we can put them in the inside. Hey Elsby, hey Elena, hello. Elena says, Emer, I tripped over one of my cats and spilt a mug of Horlicks on my laptop, so you're not alone in that. First of all, Horlicks, Nom, do you guys know what that is? You guys in the US and wherever else you may be from. Horlicks, my nanny used to love her Horlicks, and Ovaltine as well. Ovaltine's another one that she would frequently use. I think there's something leaking. It is. Everything's still wet. I cannot tell what it is. So we loved. I remember having a laptop back in the day. Well, it was like 2001 or something, and it was an Acer laptop, so I'm pretty sure it was not top of the range. It was probably cheap and cheerful. It was a brick, but most laptops were hardy bricks back in the day. And I remember in France, I lived there for a year as part of my university course, and in my room I had a little travel kettle about this size, and yeah, I'd have to go down the hall and fill it from the tap from the communal kitchen, come back and boil it, and then I boiled my kettle and got so excited about my cup of tea that that I managed to pour like the boiling hot water. It was more full than I imagined, and as I lifted the kettle and like went to, to carry it across like this, it poured boiling hot water all over my laptop. And when I lived in France, like, my laptop was the only thing that I really had to keep me sane. It was the only way that I could speak to Craig and like watch. Well, there was no Netflix back then. I think I had movies on a disc or something, or DVDs probably. And yeah, and I spilled it all over my laptop, and I turned off my computer and I left it by the radiator. Obviously dried it as much as I could with a towel. And I really thought, this is dead. And yeah, it was absolutely fine. I have no idea how. Absolutely no idea how. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be fine. Magic. I think that the laptops were probably built to last. Those ones. That laptop also had had many a fall and survived it. Crazy. All right, so we've got a little bit of a scene going on here. I'm liking it so far. You liking it? Let me see. Maria says, can't wait to finally sleep in tomorrow. My nanny loved Ovaltine, said Emer. My daughter loves Horlicks. Not for me, thanks. Give me hot chocolate instead with marshmallows. And Elena says, are you saying I'm getting old, Lesley? Nah, you just know the secret of life. You just know where it's at. Deliciousness. It's just one of those things that would never even have occurred to me. But now that you've said it, I really want it. Okay, we're going to create a little scene here. And we're going to do some ink blending. Our mounds are going to be our snow, and then our mountains, I guess we'll have to go for like a grey or something like that. So I'll go and get a craft mat, some blending tools, and some ink. Let's go grab them. This is my new favorite thing. I'm not sure if I've shared it with you guys before. It is a replacement craft mat for the tonic glass cutting mat thing, but it has silicone on the back. You can see it's really shiny. And what that means is that it does not move. So if, for example, I compare it to this, albeit a small strip, it moves around. So if you're trying to blend, it moves with you. But with this one, it is not moving. And it's quite small, which I actually quite like, because then I can just use it on here. So we need some mountains, and I need a background. And I am going to use my Distress inks. And what are we going to use, though, is the question. I want to go for some, maybe like a grey brown for the mountains. What have we got over here? Picket fence is white, that's not what we're after. Frayed burlap is a brownie colour. And hickory smoke, that's what I'm looking for, but you are confusing me. It's confusing me because it's hickory smoke, but my label has been so like bleached by the sun that it looks pink. Okay, I'm going to take my sky out of the way for a second. I'm going to grab a small piece of, hoopla, small piece of scratch paper to get my fingerprints out of it. Elena says, is that the laptop that was stolen on the train? Yes, it was, and it dropped and it broke and like the casing fell apart, and whenever you folded it over, it had like little hooks that clipped it, and then you had to like slide the thing so it pushed back the clips. They broke, but apart from that, my laptop was hunky-dory. Can't believe you remember that. It was a great little laptop. It was heavy though. It's funny to think how far we've come. Back in my day, laptops are much bigger. Red burlap. I'll just have to use this one. So I am nearly finished with my Christmas shopping. Need to figure out exactly when we're planning to go and, you know, buy a turkey and all that jazz. Haven't figured that one out yet. Oopla. Maybe tomorrow. But we will be, oh Maria, you said, what did I miss? You also missed Jasper. Jasper is a dog that we are dog sitting today. So we had a little cameo appearance at the start. Just saying hello. Now he's in playing with Craig. Playing the Xbox. Although I'm pretty sure Craig's probably doing most of the playing of the Xbox. Hi Elaine. Elaine Calderwood is here as well. We order ours from M&S. Yeah, I'm not that organized. Okay, we've got some mountain tops here. Which I am liking. Let's see if we can add some, ugh, everything's wet. Add some snow caps to our mountains. Yay! We said to Piper yesterday that at the weekend, so probably tomorrow, we will go and we will go to Basingstoke or something like that, and which is a local town, and we'll give her some money. I'll give her some money, and she can go and buy a present for Daddy, and then Daddy will give her some money, and she can go and buy a present for Mummy. But we also have ones that I have bought Craig from her, but we want her to pick something, or rather she wants to pick something for us. Which is fine, we shall do that, it'll be fun. Okay. Emer says, picking up stuffed turkey breast on Sunday, only 3 of us for dinner. You should order your Christmas food, then you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, so around here, I don't have the biggest confidence in the people who pick the food. We've had some issues with, you know, whenever you get vegetables or something and you're like, yeah, that's nowhere near fresh. That's unacceptable. Oh yeah. We'll see. So I quite like the idea of using the Victorian velvet colours, maybe with a little milled lavender as well. These are colours that do not get enough love in my craft room. So I reckon tonight is their night. And we're just going to create a sort of dusky sky. May blend it out with, ooh, it's foam pad is quite new. Just leaving little marks on it, which is fine. I just have to darken everything up then in order to make it even. And I was hoping to go lighter. Ooh, let's go for some milled lavender. Snap Elena, we've done that for many years. It's the way to go. So maybe if I ordered from M&S, it probably wouldn't be so bad, because I think probably M&S is a bit higher quality than, I think it was probably Tesco's or something that we got before. Also, I think I've told you guys this, but last year we just couldn't find carrots anywhere, and pigs in blankets, things like that. Kind of stuff that you think, why has nobody, like, why does nobody have carrots? Of course you're going to need carrots, it's Christmas. Okay, so we've got some milled lavender here. I think my ink pad's pretty dry. I'm having to manhandle it quite a bit. I think what I'll do is I'll come in with a little sponge sugar just to bridge the gap right the way across there. People buy as if it is the end of time. You are so right. You are so right. They really do. It's quite absurd. Like panic buy. And there's kind of no need for it, is there? It's funny though. Oh, I'm so glad that I used those colors, the Victorian Velvet and the Milk Lavender, because I really don't remember the last time that we bought this. In fact, I know that I used Milk Lavender on a card that I made for Elena, who's watching. Do you remember? I don't remember his name. You'll remember, I'm sure of it. There was a guy who was on the ethics committee, maybe the old chairman. Would he have been the old chairman? And we made a card for him where everyone could sign. It was more like a booklet, I think. And I'm pretty sure I used that color. I don't remember. I want to say his name was like Professor something. I don't remember. You might remember though. Dr. Berrios, yes. Oh, Dr. Berrios, there you go. That may well be the last time I used that Mill Lavender. The shops are going to be shut for 12 hours, so you have to stock up. I know, how will we survive? It's ridiculous. I mean, I go for a little splatter, although I'm not sure, I don't think I've got any. Aha, do. For a little splatter. And I'm also going to splatter it with some white ink for some snow. Be fun. Oh, you so pretty. All right. How are we getting going on? So this is going to go right on here. And then we're going to get our mountains on top. And we'll trim off their doodads, the overhang. Oh, thank you, battery charger. I spilled something on that. Not sure how I managed to get that there. Have to get the emergency tools out. Good old sand eraser. You guys have been going nuts for these in the shop, the sand erasers. Probably because they're amazing. My first sand eraser came from a Santa Claus. Oh no, what have I done? I forgot. Oh no, I haven't. That's fine. I thought for a second I was supposed to stick my sky down. First of all, but it's all good because it goes right on there like that. Wow, how cool is that? So cool. It's like a jigsaw. Hi, Annalisa. I really like these colors. Yeah. It just goes to show you should try and use those colors that are in your stash that you haven't used in years. I want this to come down. The cool thing about this is I can actually move this in different directions to get the look that I'm going for. But I think I'm going to raise it up like this a little, which gives more of a slopey look. Let's do that. Nice. So guys, what medium would you like to see for the snowboarding kitty cat? Should we go for watercolors? Shall we go for Copics? Should we go for coloring pencils? You choose. Let me know what you think. And we shall do that. And while we're waiting, I will cut some cardstock for the back panel of my card. And I'm just going to use some normal card for the back panel because if I'm not going to be ink blending it and stuff, then I can just use a cheap one. So I'll use the Heffy Doodle stitched circles. And this is the largest one, which is 5.5. 5.5 inches wide. It's a big one. We've got 1 vote for watercolor, 1 vote for pencils. Who's going to cast the deciding vote? All right, so for a circular card, the easiest way to create a fold is to take your card and take your circle, I mean, and then create a crease on the card. It doesn't have to be this wide. This is about 1 inch, but you could do it 1/2 inch if you like, as you wish, essentially. And this is what we're going to adhere to the top of our circle. Now, what I also like to do is then hold this line going down vertically and just trim off the edge on the bottom here. And what that will do, once everything is assembled, is it'll help it stay upright. So I add a little bit of glue to this little section that I've folded back, and then just make sure that you're holding the card up the right way before you adhere it down. And line it up like this. Perfect. And luckily the wet glue gives you a bit of wiggle room. Watercolor, watercolor, watercolor. Okay, lots of watercolor, so we'll do that. Ta-da! So if I turn it around this way, you might be able to see that little flat edge helps it stand up, because otherwise it'll just kind of roll along like this. So it just needs to be a little nip, and that will help it stand up. So we're going to be doing some watercoloring. We're going to use this little guy. Yo. Yo, man. And I'm going to use my VersaFine Clear. For this guy. Now, before I use it, I'm just going to rub it with my eraser, which helps get rid of any residue from the manufacturing process. My stomach is growling, and I don't know why, because I had the biggest bowl of pasta. I love pasta so much. Okay, so I've got you there. Oh, my yolk isn't as dark as I wanted it to be. I can, of course, darken it up with some pen, but let me just give that another go. I love the pink sky, says Amanda. Hey, that's better. Fantastic. Hey, Amanda, you going to Creativation? You gonna come see me? I met Amanda, her hubby, and her daughter last year at Creativation. I gotta do this guy while I'm here, because I think he's cool. Yep, yay! We will have our newest release to share with you guys at Creativation. Did you hear the fantastic, wonderful news? You may know already if you are a follower of Jennifer Maguire, but every year Jennifer Maguire creates a video series called My Favorite Crafty Things. And she talks about different craft products that she enjoys throughout the year. And not only was last week we had the Heffy Doodle Everyday Sentiment Duos featured in that collection, but this week she also talked about the Heffy memo tape that we have. So I am on cloud 9 because that means a lot to me and a lot to us that she likes it, and then other people will be giving it a try, I reckon, which would be good. When is Creativation? Creativation is from the 17th to the 21st of January, which is, well, the thing is, I go to America on the 7th, so you might need to, might have to do without me for a week or two because I'll be at Creativation. Okay, so we're going to have this little guy here on my snow slopes, and we need to colour him in. I'm not sure what kind of colour we're going to go for. We're going to grab from watercolours because that's what the consensus was. In fact, oh yeah, well, I was going to say we could use distress inks to colour it in, like watercolour with distress inks. I don't know if that is appealing, but you guys said watercolour, so I'll do that. And we've got Randolph here. Hey Rand, how are you? I'm coming to see you on New Year's Eve. Woohoo, party. Let's get some of these on the go. Nice. Okay, so I'm keeping this here so that I have got a reference, because I don't want to do anything that's going to clash with that. If anything, we want something that's going to coordinate with it nicely. So it is a muted tone, so I'm probably going to want to keep with some muted tones. And that's going to mean adding maybe a little bit of grey or black to the palette that we're using, just to tone things down a little bit, like this. I'm not sure if you can see the difference there, but adding a little bit of black to it just tones it. It changes the vibrancy of it. Which I think helps us. Then we're going to go for Ginger Cat, which will pop against the background. In fact, this one looks better. Amanda says, I've noticed her using it in several of her videos now. Ooh, that's cool. It really is. I did notice that she listed it in her craft supplies at the end of some of her posts. But you guys know how much I love it and use it all the time. So I'm not surprised, really. Okay, this little dude is going to have some white paws and a white bit of snout. That's the word I'm looking for. So these are the Kuretake Gansai Tambi. Hoping you can see. If I zoom in, the right change of brightness. Hopefully you can still see that. Makes it a little duller. Oops, let's throw my paintbrush away. But I think it's probably better. Right, we're gonna go for purple of the snowboard, because if this is for Ruth, her favorite color is purple. So we're going to use that. There we go. Purple. Beautiful, beautiful. Yo, dude. Do you think this is a scarf? Do you think that's a scarf? I think so. Elena says, my daughter and I, Christian, want a ginger Maine Coon kitten. Oh, with a big floofy floof. Yes, do it. Send me pictures. Do you have any cats at the moment? And do you still have your rats? Rats are the best. Okay. Back to my blue. Another layer in there. I'm not sure if that is a scarf. Let's pretend it is. I'll just do it all one color. Nice. Vanessa says, I've just realized live. Hey Vanessa! We're making a card. We're making a snowboarding card, which you can... We've got a circular snowboarding card that we've got going on up here. And at the moment I'm just coloring in my little snowboarding kitty, which is from a company called Your Next Stamp. I'm coming in with some of this grey. Just do along his chinny chin chin and along his eye line. If you add some grey sections, you can create some lovely shadows. I think his tail needs to be darkened up a bit. Love him. What we might do is actually add a bit of snow marker to the snow on his hat. I think that would work fine. Just add a little bit of colour to it, so it doesn't look so stark white. And then I think we'll come in with that pink tone. For this middle section. And then carry that through to the pom-pom. Pippity-pom-pom. Nice. I'm gonna leave the lip of the yo, but I'm going to add a little bit of darkness there and pick it up again, just to add a bit of a shadow to that. Now, while I have these out, I'm going to color in this guy in the middle. I think he looks adorable. He looks like he's up to mischief, and he's going to be grey. be a grey kitty because our neighbours have got a grey kitty that we just discovered today. And the kitty's name is Casper. So of course I was like, oh my gosh, this is Casper and we're getting Jasper today. It was really funny in the moment. Oh dear. Beautiful. Oh, he's got tiny little paws peeking out. We'll colour them in, and I think we're going to have a green bag. And for ease, I'm just going to colour this all in red, and then I'll use a white gel pen to bring back some of the white colour. What do you think this is at the back? It looks more like wrapping paper or something. Elena says we have 2 Maine Coons at the moment. Oh, jelly. What paints are you using? Asks Vanessa. I'll zoom out, you guys, so you can see a bit more of what's going on. I am using the Kuretake Gansai Tambi paints, which come like this. And this was another Amazon purchase, and they came direct from Japan, I believe. And so they're much better. They're not exactly a portable set. That's the only thing that I would say. But they are super duper pigmented. So you will get really intense color from them. And I actually quite like the fact that you can pop out one color and, you know, use the one color on your desk. You get a lot in one pan. There's a lot of color in that. So I'm going to pick up some of this other, a darker green, mix it in and just pick out some lumpies and bumpies, which will be our shadows. I love his big eyes. Looks beautiful. Costly? I think this pan was about £30, but I would totally say they're worth it. You can get smaller pans, but I really like these ones. And like I say, they are so pigmented. I have got several watercolor sets, excuse me, and I have got Winsor & Newton, I have got Cotman, I have got, what was the other one? Zeg. The Zeg ones I like the least in regards to the actual use of the paints, but it's the best pan for carrying with me. Where is it? So this, sorry, it's not Zig, it's Koi, Sakura Koi. So this is the one that if I'm going away on holiday or something, I normally would bring this because there's the most colors in here, but they're quite chalky. There's room for the water brush. So I like the paints the least, but I like the compactness the most. And then next up, I have my Winsor & Newton set, and I like these paints second best, but I don't like the fact that there's not a massive selection of them. And I did buy extra pans, so I bought some extra pans, and then it was like, well, I'll remove the brown and put like the yellow one in or something. But then it's almost like I just needed an extension for this. And then I got these ones. And in fact, I have put another set onto my Christmas wish list, which is specifically made for traveling, but I've not tried them, and I might not get them. But if I do, I'll be excited to show you guys that. Amanda says, I love this set. I also really like Primo's little sets for traveling. I saw them and loved the look of them. I have not bought one because really, I've got quite a lot. But I would love to try them out. Note to Prima. Send me your watercolors to try out. All right, you are cuteness. One thing we need to do is give him a little blush. So we're going to get some clean water and do 2 little puddles of clean water, and then we're going to pick up some pink and we're going to go tap, 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 tap. And what that's going to happen is you're going to get some nice blush on this little guy. I think he's lovely. And that's how you can get nice soft edges around the blush. Vanessa says, I like Faber-Castell, not sure how to spell it, but you know what I mean. Yep, I do know what you mean. So I've not tried Faber-Castell's paints. I'm looking over, I've got my drawer, my paints, I've got it open, but no, I've not tried the Faber-Castell paints as yet. Yeah, these ones are brilliant for like doing a galaxy nighttime sky, like absolutely brilliant, because they're so intense. You get so much pigment. It's definitely worth it. All right. So I'm waiting for these to dry. So I'm going to come in now with my white gel pen. Towel it off. I tend to use watercolor pencils. You know, that's something I have not used in a while. That's funny, because I was like, pencils of watercolor. We could have used watercolor pencils. Absolutely. Well, maybe have to do that. Just realized I've dropped a big bloop of water on my guy. I do have some somewhere. I'm going to give this guy, so I have ducked down. I'm going to give this guy's snowboard some polka dots. Nice. And this guy has lost most of his blush. I'll just add some white elements. To this. Kind of pick out some of the highlights, and then a little bit of paint going to his eye, so There we go. So, are we dry? I think we will make do. And this dude is here. So let's get him ready to go. I'll cut him out. What's the difference? Hey, Aunt Max. I mentioned at the start of our stream that I had a very special gift arrive this week. Thank you so much, Aunt Max. I am absolutely honored. Thank you so much. I loved it. And in fact, I will admit that I was having a pretty rubbish day. And we had a customer's order. Just went missing. And I don't know what's happened to it. And I've spent a long time on hold with Royal Mail, and I was trying to prepare for Creativation, but not feeling like I was being very successful. And it was just one of those days where I just wanted to pull my hair out. And then the mailman came, and I sat on the bottom step of the stairs, and I opened it, and I didn't cry, but it was pretty close. Thank you so much. I also mentioned that Piper ran off with my scarf because she decided that it was very pretty and it was very soft. So she ran off with my scarf. Oh. What's the difference between watercolors and art crayons? You know, I don't know the answer to that. I am not really familiar with what an art crayon is. Is an art crayon like gelatos? Is that what that is? I do have some gelatos, maybe on my next play session, or maybe even my next card. I could maybe use some gelatos. If you guys haven't seen them in action, we can maybe pull some of them out. And play with them. I don't know what an art crayon is. That's a new one to me. Need to look into that. I know that a gelato is, it's like, I want to say like, it's like cream eyeshadow. Gelatos is like cream eyeshadow, but instead of using eyeshadow material, it's a water soluble material which behaves like a watercolor. So there you go. Dina Wakely calls them sticks. I think it is a gelato. Yes, isn't that a tiny? Yes, it is. But it's also these guys. Let me go grab some. It is another Faber-Castell creation. Let me grab them. Like this. Gelato. And they're very popular in mixed media. Maybe we could play with them next. Let me just put them out of the way in a second. Yes, please. I'm not sure if Elena's saying yes, please, as in, yes, please, let's play with some gelatos, or whether it's, yes, please, I'll have some Italian ice cream, nom, nom, nom. Both of these things sound delicious. Just going to take the opportunity to grab one of these because otherwise I might lose it. All right, so we've got our little cute guys. And we've got yo, man, yo. We wanted to give him some snow marker, if you remember. Let's do that. Alright. So we'll just pounce up and down and get a nice layer of the snow marker. I want it to kind of lie in a puddle. Tap, 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 tap. All right. And we're going to need to mute you guys for this. If I can find my mouse. What did Craig do with my mouse? Where is my mouse? Anybody see my mouse? Keyboard's up here. Oh, here it is. It's right in front of me. I'm going to put you guys on mute. So I'm hoping you guys can see what has happened there. It is puffed up, boop. Yeah, it has kind of come up in like bubblies. Bubbly, 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 bubbly. Magic, I love it. So fun. This is the Marvy Le Plume Snow Marker. We have them in the Heffy Doodle store. And it is great. And you can see here that it's got a little t-shirt on it. So you can use it on fabric also. How exciting. It's amazing for creating like snow with that texture. It kind of feels a little bit, I want to say velvety. It kind of feels soft, but you don't want to put too much pressure on it because it'll depress it down. It is magic. C'est magique. You. And we wanted to have a sentiment on here. So I think we're going to say, I've been positively good this year. Oh no. Ow. Fisker's playing with the mouse. Yeah, maybe that's. Yeah, he just sleeps all the time. Okay, positively good. this, y'all. And then I've been right up top like that. And I think I might emboss this because, like, why not? I've not done much embossing in a while. Don't know where my bag is. Stinky McStinky powder. I think that still works for me. And I actually bought myself a new birthmark, but I think it's still inside. Because this one, it's still got life in it. It's just it's just not very appealing. I bet y'all use a new one. I'll be like, wow, inks up your stamp first time. Amazing. So this is the Liquid Platinum by Ranger. It's been positively good this year. Inspection time. There's a few little bits that are not where I want them to be. But nothing a tiny paintbrush can't fix. Okay. Focus teacher, thank you. Okay, noisy time again. All right, all done. So this is the liquid platinum color. It's so pretty. I think it ties in well with the mountains there. Yells says, what was the pen that was used? The pen that was used is a snow marker, and it is from Marvi Uchida, or Marvi Le Plume, Marvi Uchida. And we have them in the Heffy little store, or you can get them anywhere near you if you search for snow marker. Snow marker. And what you do is you simply apply it, and then you apply heat to it, and you can use it on fabric as well. Ooh. Oh, the other one. What other pen? I don't know what other pen I used. This one? I use this pen, which is a Uniball Signo pen, and it is a white gel pen. That's it. And it looks like this. Uniball Signo, and it's soaking. Have to get some, what do you call them in America? Q sticks. We call them cotton buds over here. All right, where's my dude? Maybe, do you think we should add him? Oh, I've done it again. Do you think we should add him on a wobble? Would that be fun? I want to spritz, I want to flick this with some white paint though before we go any further. Let me see. It's not actually going to be white paint, it's going to be Copic opaque white ink. Yael says the one that puffed up your animal. This is the one that puffed up my animal, the snow marker. The snow marker one, it puffed up the hat here. Oh, focus. Focus, my friend. It puffed up the hat here. You see? You can also get certain ones which have they're very similar but in colors, and they are often called velvet markers. Or you can get liquid applique, which is I have liquid applique, but it's very thick, so it's hard to apply exactly where you want it to apply. So this is opaque white. So I did for many moons use just white watercolor, but the problem with white watercolor is that it's not opaque. It just blends in. So this is actually no, it's not. This is actually Copic opaque white ink. Or certainly that's what they call it. And they just call it opaque white, I think. And it's used very often for like writing. I used Aunt Max's card here. White writing. So you would have, you know, you'd write on a black surface. With white ink. But to be honest, I use it mostly for spritzing like this. I don't really use it very much. And Max, over there. Nobody wants yellow snow? Absolutely not. My white liquid applique pen turned yellow. It's not even that old. Oh no, that does not sound good. No, nobody wants yellow snow. I wonder if it reacted with something. That's weird. What would you use to give your stamps a shiny finish after using marker pens, etc.? I would probably use glossy accents. Now, normally when I'm using glossy accents, I put on a big bubble and it dries in like a dome. But you can just use glossy accents quite finely. Let's see if I've got anything. Actually, I could probably do it with this guy. I'll do it with him whenever I'm coming ready to do it. Where did my other guy go? There you go, man. He's going to go here. I'm contemplating wobble. I think we'll go for wobble. If I can get into my wobble drawer. I think a wobble is called for. That's how I snowboard. I wobble and then fall on my butt. Is that not how you're supposed to do it? If you want to use if you want to make them like waterproof, then you might want to check out something called microglaze. And microglaze, it gives it a little bit of a shine. Oh, you don't want to stick. I might have done this the wrong way around again. Yo, dude. I love him. He is awesome. He's got a super wobble happening. I like it. I was going to use these and I didn't. Maybe we'll use them with our gelato card. Woohoo! Keep this for Piper. She'll love that. All right. I'm going to call this done. I'm going to leave it aside because it's still a bit wet. So I'll put it over here for now. And then I'm going to work on some gelatos. So I'm probably going to use that watercolor thing again. Sometimes I print out sentiments on the computer, and to make them go shiny, I go over them with Versa marker and clear embossing powder. Yes, that also will work as well. It will give it, that will give it a bit of a crisp to it, which means like if you bend it, it will break though. Whereas with the glossy accents, there is a tiny bit of flexibility in it, and especially if you do like a fine layer, it's not, I don't think it's quite as noticeable, I don't think. But as you mentioned there about printing things out on the computer, if you wanted to have a stamped image, most times it would be fine, I think, but you may find that there's, it'll run if you try to add the ink. All right, so we're gonna use the paint on one here, and we're going to make a background using gelatos, and this is like a loose technique, and what I mean by that is it is it's not about being perfect. Do you know what I mean? So if you can draw some lines on it and color it in. You can do this like this. Oh, you are intense. And color in. So the gelatos is essentially a bit like a paint. So as I add the water, it kind of breaks down the pastel-y effect. You know, the like crayon look, and makes it more like a paint. Oh, this is ghastly. I don't like neon. It'll be fine when it's all done. So one thing that these are good for is if you have let's say you have a die cut word. Give me a die cut word. Of course I'll not be able to find a die cut word now that I want one. Let me die cut a word. So let's die cut the word Christmas from this one. So if you have a die cut word, or if you have any of those, you know, like dies for leaves, that's beautiful as well, is that you can kind of quickly color them in by adding some of the like crayon to it. You can just add a little bit of the crayon to it. Let's add a bit of the gold to certain places. Oh, I've still got a lot of red on there. And add some color to it. It's definitely more of a mixed media kind of thing. The other thing is you can just saturate it like this and use it as a paint. It looks a lot like what I was asking about. They like to put it on acetate, add water, and then smoosh backgrounds with it. Yeah, that would work. So if you are the kind of person that likes things to be, wrong way around. You like things to be just so, like you like to be in control of where things are placed, then this is going to be new for you, and it may not be your thing. Like, this is definitely something that is quick and loose is what I would call it. I do like the way that you can keep some of the almost crayon effect on the edges. It gives a lot of texture, and you have the possibility to keep a lot of vibrancy. And some people are very talented with it in that they will, you know, they'll create little, I'm not very good at it, but they'll create little like floral shapes like this and that. Can you see? And then they'll use the paintbrush to pick up some of the color, but then you use the white space as well to create a flower. I don't have, oh, I do have a green. I was going to say I don't have a green. No. That's kind of fun. It's definitely a mixed media thing. Yes, it is definitely a mixed media thing. Vanessa says, I use wet wipes. Yes, I use the paper towels for picking up water for watercolors, etc. But I do have wet wipes as well. Good old wet wipes. So I've got a bit of water here, and I'm actually going to come in with another piece of paper with this, just to pick up any spare bits of water that is lurking. And we're going to cut this down. And I think what I'm going to do is I might actually spritz it with some water. Ooh, maybe some gold might be nice. Have I got some gold? Always believe in gold. More of a copper. Oh, take the wet wipe straight to the gelato. Oh, I've never done that. That sounds like fun. Let's do it. Take the wet wipe straight to the gelato. Ooh, nice. Ooh, you get to smudge it. It's kind of like it looks like, what's it called, like pastel or chalk or something. That's a real pretty result. Cool. I love it. Yeah, it's a completely different result. Nice. Interesting, huh? Nice. Thank you for sharing that with us. That's lots of fun. All right. I'm going to add some big spludgy sploos of this gorgeous gold. Well, it's more of a copper, to be fair. I want lots of, I don't want it to splotch on me. I'm going to do pretend splodges. There we go. Oh no, to the stick. Oh. So Vanessa says, apply it to this. Oh, I've done it again, pardon me. Apply it to the stick. What? Let's try it. Apply it to the stick. And my brain is like, what? I don't understand. What does that mean? Apply it to the stick. And then use it. Ooh, that's nice. Like a Blendy McBlenderson. Official term. There you go. Even more ways to use it. It's a nice way to get a background. Almost looks like distress ink. Is that metallic? That lady, Nikki, said, is that metallic? So these ones are like pearlescent. They have mica in it, so yeah, it looks metallic. Some of my gelatos, this one has a metallic sheen to it. Pearlescent, I should say, and this one has a pearlescent sheen to it. That's cool. I love that, Vanessa. I love it. I'm getting carried away now. Oops. Quite interesting. Nice, really soft. And you do go through the wipies though. All right. Great to do, and then like cut a word die from it. Yeah, absolutely. I can see that. Okay, I'm getting blasted with the hoot tool, guys. Hold on tight. And I'm going to come in with some white as well, even though my water is less than white at the moment. I think I'll just add a little bit more fun. Fun. Makes it a bit more painterly. Does it dry quick, or do you have to heat set it? The gelatos dry quick, absolutely. Yep. The pearlescent watercolor that I was using, there was a little tiny bubble here that was quite tall. There was quite a lot of water on it, so it was not wanting to dry very quickly. You could use that wet wipe technique with a stencil. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a really good idea. You could. All right, let's put you on mute again. All right, I'm loving that. Let's tidy up a little bit. I've got a lot of stuff happening on my desk. A lot of stuff happening. Quick tidy up. You can use a wet wipe for a stencil. Great for stencils. Butterflies, particularly great blend of colours. Oh dear. Was it this week I was supposed to be counting how many times I dropped things? Or was that last week? I do not recall. I'm going to use my Imperial stitched rectangles for this guy. And I'm going to die cut a rectangular panel. Out of this beautifully intense background. Hi Brina, lovely to see you. And Mary Jones is here as well. Hello. So, I was thinking that we create a little panel in the middle, and that's where our little guy is going to go. So let's cut out using the same stitched Imperial stitched rectangle dies. And I'll get a card blank for this guy. Hey Marjoline and Kenrick, how are you? Let's get this little guy assembled. I'm going to actually stick down the middle section first. I'm do it like this. Just like this. Can you apply the glossy accents with a paintbrush, or would it spoil the effect? You probably can apply it with a paintbrush, but it might ruin your paintbrush. I'm not sure. We wanted to apply it with this to this one, didn't we? Let's see if we can apply some glossy accents thinly. Oh, you can apply with your finger. That's what I do. Just first of all, you need to poke it with a pin because it does clog easily. Boop, 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 boop. Or just apply it with your finger like that. It's much quicker than applying it with the paintbrush as well. The only thing is, my watercolor, my watercolor from the present has kind of smudged up into his face a little bit. Just a tiny bit. You won't be able to see it, I don't think. That's okay. I have hundreds, says Yells Yells. Yeah, try it. For sure. So it's not dry yet, so you can see some like almost fingerprints in it, but it will dry clear. Let's pop it over there. And I'm going to put this here and add a little vellum. I once had vellum that was printed with some snowflakes. Does such a thing still exist in the stash of Lesley, I wonder? Let me see. Ooh, we've got like flowers. You probably can't see that. Can you see it? Like a floral design. You've got green, you've got blue, you've got pink, purple, green. Happy birthday. Congratulations. Love heart. What on earth does that say? Baptism. Just plain. Wedding. Like a laid paper. Green, and then that one. So of course not. This might be pretty though. I'm not quite so keen on that actually. There is pink though. We could go for pink. Oh, too pink. Too pink. I think I just need to go for white. Just a normal white vellum. We can always stamp it. Can somebody tell me what the watercolor crayons are called? They are called... They're called Gelato. Gelato. And they are from a company called, oh sorry, I can't get my focus correct. A company called Faber-Castell. And they are called gelatos. They're fun, huh? Very nice. Aunt Max says, do you need a special ink to stamp on vellum? Good question, Aunt Max. So for vellum, vellum is a non-porous substance. So you ink will it'll like slide on it easily, and it will smear on it easily. So you can use something like StazOn. Now StazOn, there's a couple of different types of ink. You have pigment ink, you have dye ink, and then StazOn is completely different. So pigment and dye, the difference there is that pigment ink will lay down, you'll have a white card and it will lay down a layer of pigment. Yeah, a layer of pigment on the top of the card. For dye ink, what it does is it actually soaks into the surface of the card and it dyes it. That's why it's called a dye ink. Yes, I want cheese and biscuits. Now, StazOn is a special breed of ink, and the idea is that it stays on every surface, and that's because it is solvent based. You can see solvent based. It smells like almonds, because it's solventy. So you need, if you're using a lot of it, you should be using it outside, that kind of thing. And once you stamp on something, it's like I guess it's like a Sharpie. It will stain your stamps for sure. And not only that, you won't be able to clean it with normal cleaner. You'll have to use a special StazOn cleaner. So you could use StazOn for this, or the easiest way around it is embossing. Heat emboss on it. Now, I don't know. Let me see if I've got any Christmas stamps. Maybe I've got a Christmas. Yeah, that would work. It's Christmas time. Look at these snowflakes. Okay, so I've got some snowflakes in the Heffy Doodle Warm Hugs, and I've also got some snowflakes in the Lawn Fawn. I'm just going to go ahead, this is dry now. So you might be able to see the yellow is kind of streaked a little bit, but it's nice and clear, and it's really flexible because there's such a fine layer on it. If you look really, really closely, there are some fingerprinty kind of marks. But you have to be looking really, really close at it. Which that's fine, we won't do that. Okay, let's emboss some of these guys onto here. And I'll do the top half first of all. I hate that smell. Love to emboss, says Aunt Max. I know, it's like magic. C'est magique. So I'll load up my acrylic block with 3 stampies. 1, rotate, 2, rotate, 3. I'm going to do an extra one up here. We'll go for some white. White embossing. So you could, so dye ink will not really dye the paper because there's no pores for it to seep into to dye it. Pigment ink can, and some people have used it. You need to stamp it super carefully and do not let it smudge, and then you need to put it away so that you don't touch it. And when I say don't touch it, you probably need to leave it for at least 24 hours at least, which is quite a lot, isn't it? Some people will stamp and then like add color over the top or something. Embossing is by far the easiest way around it. I cannot remember the last time I used Stays On because it's just too fiddly and it's stinky and it stains your stamps, and you can get special Stays On remover, but just like the ink is solvent based, the remover is obviously solvent based, and it will eat away at your stamps. So your photopolymer stamps are not really designed for the harshness of solvent Stays On remover. Let's hit this up. Boo! All right, loving it. Okay, this is gonna get stuck down here with a little tapey tool. I've missed some comments. Oh no, I only knew about normal vellum, but you can emboss those with ball tool. That's very true. So what Yells means is that vellum is actually, originally, probably, it was used a lot for parchment craft. And the idea is that you can use a ball tool to, oh my gosh, this is so good. You can use a ball tool to like manipulate and stretch the fibers on your, on the vellum. So I don't think this one's really designed for it, but you can stretch it with a little ball tool or an embossing tool, and the result is that it turns like a white color. And there's some gorgeous, extremely intricate designs that kind of make it, the end result, look like lace. It's quite traditional, and it requires a lot of patience. But to your point, if you have that parchment paper, which is also called vellum, then you could take the ball pen or a ballpoint pen that doesn't work anymore, something that's going to be able to roll across it, you could do that and either do little like circles and do little like round bits to make almost like a circle dot, like a white dot. That would work. Or use a stencil to push through in certain areas. Let's clean this guy off a little bit before he goes back in his home. That lady Nikki says, what about the name of the pearlescent copper paint? This is a watercolor set that I've had for many, many years. I don't know if they make them anymore, but it's by a company called Art Quest, and it is called Stargazer's Watercolor Palette. And there's 10 pearlescent metallic colors. So this is the Stargazer's one, but you can get different, like a palette with different colors in it. I bought it at a craft show that I went to once upon a moon. And yeah, I thought it was interesting, and I bought it. And it's really nice. It's especially nice on dark colored cardstock. I'll show you that in just a minute, actually. It's really pretty. I remember at the craft show that day, they also had a palette which had interference colors. Do you know what that is? Interference colors? So essentially they are designed to react with, and designed to be used with dark colored cardstock. So a lot of the time with interference colors, they look like it's just white. Like it just looks like it's white the whole way around. And then when you apply it to dark colored cardstock, magic happens and it changes it. It's amazing. Elena says, can I have a glass of port with mine, please, Vanessa? Only if I can too, says Vanessa, who's the nominated driver. I will be. I don't drink. I will do the driving. Standard. Now, sometimes I just add sequins and things in here, but today, yeah, I'm not going to do it today, and then I just can't bring myself to do it. Let's see what we've got in here. I need to move my grid wall. All right, I have some sequin mix that was left over. Oh, hello, that's a lot, but that's fine. Left over from our Wanna Build a Snowman card making kit. So let's just commit to it. And make it so. Make it so. Ugh. Marjorie just made some hot cocoa. Have you put a candy cane in it? That's a bit of a tradition in our house. Bit of candy cane in it and some marshmallows. All right. Are we going to add the word Christmas on here, or are we going to just have our kitty cat? I think we just have our kitty cat. And maybe a sentiment in the middle. And a little glue dot. Paniel's here. Hey, Paniel. Guys, just to give you a warning, I think this is the last card for tonight because I am boiling for a start. I'm on fire. And I've got a dog I need to go play with. need to take advantage. What's the sentiments in this set before I start sticking everything down? Maybe we could add some sort of a sentiment that would work from this set. I'm not kidding, you are. Okay, meowy Christmas and a perfect New Year. That's what we need to do, I reckon. Oh, have I lost half my... Oh, I'm such a silly moo. I've got a gap in my foam tape that I shall need to plug. Christmas and a perfect New Year. And I reckon this is going to fit perfectly with my strips of ease. I'm just going to stamp wherever it lands. Nice. Vanessa says, hubby just brought me a cup of tea. No, we actually have loads of cheese and biscuits in our fridge as well. And might just actually go and get some after this. It's pretty late though, 20 past 11 at night, cheese and biscuits. I'm pretty sure the result is me having super strange dreams. But at least I'll have something interesting to talk to you guys about next week. Merry Christmas, everyone. Snow is falling all around us. It is not falling all around us. I wish it was falling all around us. I feel like it's been a long, long time since we've had snow falling all around us at Christmas time. Ago. And Aunt Max says someone is a tricky because I was saying make it snow. Craig, did I tell you this already? Craig has set up our Christmas tree lights both outside and inside and in the hallway to these Wi-Fi plugs, Wi-Fi enabled plugs. And so when you tell, she's not here, when you say, Alexa, make it snow, then the lights, all the lights will turn on, the outside lights, the Christmas tree lights, the hallway, and things like that. So it's pretty cool. I do enjoy it. Okay, let me plug some holes that some idiot forgot to plug. This is why I was like, oh, I'm not gonna put it as a shaker card. And then I'm a silly sausage. I also discovered this week that our neighbors that we got in, I want to say March. Has it really been that long? No, maybe not. Summer. We got new neighbors in the summer. The ones that we have discovered have a cat that I didn't know about, called Casper. Anyway, they're called Louis and Anna. Except I discovered this week that they are not called Louis and Anna. They are called Louis and Hannah. And I have been, so we accepted some parcels for them. And it was addressed to Hannah. And I thought, no, they've made a mistake on the parcel. And then I got another parcel for them that was addressed to Hannah. And I was like, actually, hold on. Her number plate actually says H-A-N on the end of it. Maybe that's purposeful. Oh dear. Maybe her name is Hannah. So there we go. At least we found out before we write a Christmas card, eh? It's like this is like posting letters through a little tiny letter box. There we go. Great. Fabulous. A few more. And we're good to go. Plug it up, plug it up. Beautiful. Oh, there's still some sort of an escape route happening. Let this be a lesson to you. Even when you're not going to add sequins, even when the plan is that you're not going to add sequins, still fill all the gaps, because you never know, I always know, when you change your mind and decide that you will add sequins. Yes, did it. Where's my guy? Meowie Christmas and a perfect New Year. I'm actually going to just trim this down, give it a fishtail banner because it's for a cat. And I'm gonna go grab my stash of scraps because I want to pick out a piece of card that will coordinate with some of the colors in here, and I'll layer it up. That one could work. In fact, the red will work perfectly. Yeah, let's do that. I'm just going to layer this up like this with a little double-sided sticky tape and stick this on. That was the one you dropped, I think. Oh yeah, quite possible. I have been dropping a lot lately. All right, make sure this is the right way around. There we go. Awesome. All right, so let's take a closer look. We have a background made using gelatos, splattered with some metallic copper paint and some white Copic opaque ink. We die cut it with some imperial stitch rectangles, and then for our vellum here, we used some stamps from Heffy Doodle, Warm Hugs, and from L'Enfant Toboggan together. The little kitty cat is from a stamp set called Meowie Christmas from Euronext Stamp, which we watercolored, and then we colored it to make it nice. We covered it in glossy accents applied with my finger to make it nice and shiny. And then we added the sentiment Meowie Christmas with some sequins inside of our shaker. Woohoo! So let's bring back our other one from earlier, which was a circular card also featuring the Euronext stamp set Meowie Christmas. And it has this cute little snowboarding kitty here. He's got a good wobble going on. Wibble, wibble, wobble. Let me have a look. What did I do? Yeah, okay. Got a good wobble happening. And he's a snowboarding, and it says, I've been polished and having a good this year. All right, you guys, that's it for tonight. I'm going to turn in, and I want to wish all of you a very, very Merry Christmas. Thank you for always tuning in and joining me on a Friday night when I get crafty, for sharing your stories with me, for crafting along, for inspiring me, and all that other good stuff. I wish you a very Merry Christmas. I hope that Santa comes and that brings you lots of crafty goodies. That will be a true, that will be the true result and assessment if you've actually been good or not, I hope that all your wishes come true. Don't eat too much, even though I will. And I shall see you next week for another Come Craft with Me. Thank you, everyone. Have a great Christmas.